konyin sate konon tolbe badin killing alkali killing nin
qualité killing ali ake benta sade killing ñoo mutal ko badin killing korda ba killing nin kankaran killing amin basaba killing kaun shiade bar mo be killing be se killing ma fa ko dina killing barim be bu ka fembadu fo ala killing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Touray. Good to have you at Paradise TV for the first time. Basically, tell us, who is D Touray?
Assalamu alaikum everyone. I am D Touray, alias the intellectual poet. I'm the founder of the Intellectual Poetry Official and the coordinator of the Kobakonda Poetry Club, which was founded in 2022. I was doing poetry since when I was in high school. That was neutral. Yeah, because I was a debater. So later I came up with this trend that doing poetry will be something that will boost my memory and then give me the encouragement and then self-reflection, because it improves people a lot. So that's why I came up with this idea that doing poetry will also help me in that way, and also to portray some of the things that we can do in debate or whatsoever. And by looking at the poetry, it has different aspects. So one of them is to convey message. Debate, it has its own specific content. When it comes to poetry, it can give different contents, and in that, doing poetry will help you give different aspects of things happening in your society. That's why I have seen different things within my society, and I have this mindset that doing poetry will help me convey those messages to the society.
Hours of darkness. The darkness that covers many men and women as they entered foreign soil illegally with lots of unbearable pains and mass invasion time and time again.
This backway poem, yes, I came up with this idea to write backway poem. My first was at the hours of darkness, because I'm a youth, I'm a young man, and then I cannot be seeing my fellow youth dying, in the course of the irregular migration. While I have the skill to convey the message to people, or to enlighten them, or to extend the danger of irregular migration. So that's why I wrote this piece to feed the people across, to give this address about the danger of irregular migration and the reasons people engage into this migration and the solution towards them. So that's why I came up with this idea, and then recorded the piece and released to enlighten people, to educate them about the danger of the irregular migration.
Forgotten that life goes on without succeeding through the journey, and we can survive with great impacts of our creativity if we change our minds to make it opportunity.
Yeah, in this, basically, I am not a victim of backway, though I once attempted. When I was in grade 11, I attempted, but later on, I was given this advice by my parent that let me focus on my education. But many people, as I said, I'm a youth, and many people, died at a very young stage. The Tamawula emphasizes more on the victims who die. Yeah, that's a new poem I have recorded, and I will release it today.
Fonninke jamala tada minul manfendo koma nyembala fale warta aneku ya warata sade bela sunuta sondo molla kireta kadun sama alfa latuta.
Yes, Tamawula is a Maninka word, yeah, meaning hard journey. Yeah, people embark for greener pasture, to have better life. Yeah, as a result of the lack of job opportunity, the youth complain of high tax rates, political instability, which make people, embark on the journey and eventually lose their life. So that Tamil ruler is talking about that. It is only describing how hard the journey was. Let me say I am all of this. I'm a writer, I'm a spoken word poet, and I'm also a teacher. So in this, I have lots of responsibility to engage the students, not to be like who I am, but to be like themselves, for them to realize their own dreams. Because poetry, it helps students to build their potential in whatsoever they are creative of. Because as poetry is part of public speaking, and for people to be well confident in whatsoever they are doing in public, then I think it has to go with poetry. Because most of these public speakers pass through this stage. Being a poet, then have the confidence in you, then become a public speaker at the parliament or whatsoever. That's why as a poet, I don't keep myself to be selfish, but to also mentor students to realize their dreams as future leaders or future poets, whatsoever we call.
The real power tool of motivation and the confidence of a better future.
In the right ways. The tools is really the corrective steps. The step that is built in education beyond the shadow of a question.
Paves the way for us to have good career and reinforces our thought and grace, our characters and behavior towards others.
My advice to the young poets, as myself, I'm a young poet. Whatsoever, I'm always a young poet. And my advice to my fellow poets as well is, let us keep doing what is expected from poetry. Is all about conveyance of message, to convey message to the society. I think in that we should always try to give positive impact towards the extension of our message to the society, because in the later on, people will consider poetry as a sermon. Yes, because poetry itself is something that most of the people or the scholars do, because they quote from other books, that are very, very, crucial in the past. So I think we have to, stick to what is best for our society and what is best for us. Focus on what is within our society, address the society, what is bad or what is good. So I think that's what we should focus on, like what I always do. I don't confront the government, I don't say anything that will make the government, angry or whatever. I only address them. Yes, I only address the government. If they will adhere to what I'm saying, fine. But I never say anything about the government, and I never say anything that will make them hurt, but to make sure they are well addressed. Yeah.
Demanding of what they're supposed to do.
What they're supposed
Not to criticize them.
No. To criticize is part of it. Yes, if you don't criticize one, for one to improve, it's going to be very difficult. Talk about killing. Kordaba killing, Kankaran killing, Basaba killing. Count share the Barmobe killing, Basic killing, Mafoko Dina killing, Barimbe Buka Fembody for Allah killing, Otombe killing, Mbemo killing, Hanina Sidala man killing, Tonyalon Kola Shiate man killing, Bar Juldum Bala Babula Julda Ebe killing, Yimanke Mansality Sokotalin Tali, Bartonia Koyola Mimba Sitering, Kafirin Firin Fona Sade Safaling. But in become was yale before tribal unity, Tonya long, call the shiate man killing, na alpha la sidlal man killing, na nimbal fudu da janjon keda shiol shiate be Martin man killing.